Hi there! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. So we're just gonna see whatever message Spirit has for us. Just pull a few cards using the 8th House Tarot and get some clarifying cards of a deck that I made. For the 5 of Air, the bottom of the deck, and then the Hierophant, Taurus, we have Aquarius showing up. Okay, so clarifying the 5 of Air, we have the Knight of Wands. So some words I wrote on there were stepping to the plate and status. So with the 5 of Air, what I'm getting is like, okay, you could be dealing with someone who is kind of playing games with you or only giving you half the picture. Because it's like on this side it's really clear, but then back here there's like all this stuff going on. And then there's like all these fallen pieces all around. So it's like there could be one key player who creates a lot of chaos or a lot of noise, but then it's like able to put on a good front to others. And then it's like people don't see that they're actually um, the reason for the destruction or the chaos, or they're actually causing like the downfall of like people around them or something, even though they come out of the situation looking really good. There's like a lot more going on behind the scenes, or like a lot more to be revealed um, as far as this person's intentions. Um, so I'm getting this overall energy of kind of like having people kind of fooled, like using the people around them as like a chess piece, or manipulating other people to kind of like fight their battles, so then they come out looking bad, or like it comes back on them. And so it's like if they do hurt people or cause destruction or downfall in people's lives, and they're able to manipulate the situation so it's comes back on the other person, or it looks like their fault, or it looks like the other person's like self-sabotaging or something. So someone with like that holds a lot of power, that's able to manipulate the way that other people look, or the way that other people move, or that's kind of their desire, to manipulate or have control over the way that people around them are able to move or see them, like the light that they are presented in. So that's kind of like an overall general, like they want people to see them in a position of authority or position of power, like having some sort of status. Like they want to come across as someone that like steps up and like takes care of things, but in reality they're the ones creating um, all of the downfall and the destruction that causes them to have to like step up to mediate, or clean things up. It's like they're the ones creating the issue. And then underneath we have my it's like the Jack of Pentacles, so it's in the reverse. So it's like making some sort of sacrifice or compromise to a fault, like to where you're kind of like putting yourself in a position of lack, or you're not able to like move forward. So it's like what I'm getting here is okay, so we've been picking up on the energy of just kind of how they are with others around them in general, or just like their overall vibe. But I'm picking up like their energy towards the viewer here is like, okay, there's someone around you, right? This person that I've been describing who just wants to come across as a certain light. It's like they care more about how they come across on the outside or how they present themselves on the outside. Like they want to seem, like this stable, solid person that's like I said, steps up and handles things, or they want to appear to be in this like certain status or a certain light to the people around them. But like with you specifically, it's like what I'm getting is this tactic of like kind of like over promising. It's like being misleading and over promising something uh okay. There's this energy of like manipulating you to give more than you should, to set some sort of like imbalance in the situation with the promise that like if it's like if you give more, then they'll make some sort of commitment to you in the long run. Um, it's like if you're willing to kind of like stand by them or go through some some sort of dynamic here or make some sort of compromise in the situation, then that will lead you to getting like the commitment that you want or the stability that you want, right? um, So it's almost this energy where you will kind of like fight their battles because you think that that's going to like not necessarily get you somewhere, but lead you to some sort of like stability. It's like I keep hearing like, well, I can't necessarily um, offer you a whole lot right now, or I can't give you stability right now. But if you're loyal to me, or if you um, make compromises with me, or just stand by my side through this difficult time, then like um I'll make you an offer or a promise, or like I'll give back to you, or like I'll make a commitment to you. um but yeah, I'm just because then we also have the four of air. It's like um putting you in this position of just kind of like waiting around. um Again, with this like praying, it's just like waiting around or like having really high hopes that they're going to it's like once they're in a better position or a more stable position, then like give back to you or kind of like choose you um in some way. And so right, it's like by okay, so from your perspective, it's like this is what you do if you really love someone, care about them. It's like this really selfless, genuine energy. But the other person here is almost like taking advantage of that or kind of capitalizing on that in order to like emotionally compel you to feel as though like the right thing to do or the loving thing to do is to make these like certain sacrifices. Um, because you're expecting them to like step up to the plate at a certain point and like start giving back, but really all you're doing is like preventing yourself from being able to move forward in a really healthy direction for yourself, or to have like a lot of control over like the direction that you're able to go in. And you're kind of like playing into their game or like setting yourself up to be in a position of like lack in the relationship to where it's like you're accepting less than you deserve. And so um it puts the other person in a position of power because then they don't ever have to like follow through and make that commitment to you. But then you're also like not gonna go anywhere because you're in this mindset of like, oh, it's the right thing to do to like ride this out or like wait for them or to like, go through these dynamics or jump these hoops or like, kind of like prove yourself. But because you've done that, it's like then you are like playing into their game or like giving them that position of power to where then you'll never be able to step out of that dynamic of like making those compromises because then that person has learned that you'll always like compromise or like give more and then they never have to like ever actually follow through and like offer you that commitment or the stability that you want or you need because you've kind of like given all your power away or you're willing to like fight their battles for them or um, go through more. It's like, yeah, having compassion for them and being willing to compromise with them like to a fault and not seeing how they're actually at the center of a lot of the chaos in their life or yeah it's like their choices and their decisions, it's like actually the way that they move that brings this sort of energy or this sort of chaos and confusion or like destruction around them or into their life. It's like they're the ones influencing this or creating this but it's like yeah they have some sort of power or influence over you right now to where you have compassion for them or you kind of see them as like a victim or you feel like you're seeing them from one perspective from this like really clear shiny perspective and not able to see like the other side of the coin to where it's like they're actually the ones instigating a lot of like the drama that's around them. They're not actually like the victim, right? So yeah, with Mercury retrograde, that could also be just kind of like messing with things, or it could be what's revealing things or giving you the opportunity to see the other side of the coin, like kind of see things in a different light and realize like, okay, I think this person actually just like conned or manipulated me into accepting less than I deserve and thinking that if I make certain compromises, then it's eventually going to turn around or like lead to me getting what I want or going where I want with this. Yeah, when in reality, it's like you're just kind of like giving your power away to this person or like playing into this game into a way that yeah it puts you like in a position of lack and so then you're no longer capable of just like moving forward in the way that you need to. And so then you kind of rely on this person or you would need them to like step up to the plate and so then it creates this like cycle or dynamic that's really hard to like break out of, so that's where then they have like that control over you, your ability to just like smoothly like move forward, or yeah you just continue to like wait because then you think like okay like I'm gonna get something out of this or it will kind of like turn around at a certain point, when in reality you're just like kind of showing that person that they don't ever actually have to offer you that commitment and you'll always just kind of like be there or ride with them or like I said like fight their battles or like play into their games or something. So yeah, I feel like show someone like that they can have that power, that will work. They feel like they can win or like yeah, have their cake and eat it too, like end up getting what they want. Kind of like um yeah, I'm hearing it's just like it'll get to a place where it's like you try to like stand up for yourself or like have a conversation or get to some sort of rationality with this person and then they kind of leave the conversation or leave the situation in a way that like steals your power or leaves you feeling really like disempowered or kind of put down, and you feel like you're being treated kind of unfairly, and that's where your eyes get kind of opened here that's like maybe this isn't going to go in the direction that I had thought, or you start to kind of see this person in another light or from another perspective. So that could be like in the future, kind of just coming up type of energy or just happened. Um, so we have the Tower in the reverse. And then we have my Queen of Cups in the reverse. Loyalty in the reverse. Um, so we have, it says projection is like my keyword. So, what I'm getting from this is like this may not actually come as such a shock or a surprise to you. Like, by the time this like conflict or like fallout like actually ends up going down, this may not actually come as like a shock or a surprise to you. Or it's not like going to be coming out of nowhere. It's like you've seen signs of this, or you've started to get kind of like inklings, or have some, your intuition is starting to speak to you, if you will, to, yeah, you were starting to question things or see things a little bit differently. You kind of had a feeling that maybe this person wasn't loyal to you because, in whatever way that like resonates. If it's like a romantic relationship, then it's like literal, but if it's like a friendship, then yeah, they could still be being like disloyal in some way. Or like if it's a work thing or family or whatever, like the loyalty could still come into play. um but it's like because they were kind of going behind the scenes and doing sneaky things or playing games, or they had weird intentions, and so they could have acted kind of paranoid and like projected that energy onto you. um it's one of those things to where it's like sometimes half like sometimes I would say a lot of the people who end up catching their significant other cheating, it comes from like the person that was cheating was accusing them all the time, or like started acting really weird and being like, well, what are you doing? And then that person knew, like, okay, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so why did they all of a sudden switch up and like start all like constantly accusing me or whatever? So then in the back of your mind, you're like, wait, are they low-key cheating on me? Because I know I'm not, and they're bringing this up all the time, so like, do they feel guilty? um Something like that, where like that could have been kind of going on for a while. Or like if you're, if it's like a work thing, like if your boss was doing something weird or shady behind your back, then they're in some way, like whatever this other person's been doing, they've like projected it onto you by kind of like trying to make you feel weird, or like accusing you of stuff, or just kind of putting like weird energy off on you that left you kind of sitting there being like, huh, like, and then it happened enough times to where you're like, wait, it may have started to click, or it's like your intuition started to be like, okay, there's a little bit more going on. You started to kind of see through this person, or see like signs or things to be like, I don't know that this person is actually the person that they present themselves to be. It's like they present themselves to be like this victim, or like they have the best intentions, and there's just all this unrelated stuff happening all around them, and they don't understand what's going on or whatever. But it's like the longer that you were in that situation, they start to project that onto you, and then you realize, like, I think they are doing this to everyone else too. Like, I think they're actually the cause of like all of this chaos or destruction or this downfall, like in their life or happening around them. Or um if other people around them are going through like drama or look a certain type of way, it's like this person is kind of at the center of like all of this stuff, and so it's kind of obviously coming back on them at this point. um but yeah, it's, again, it's like this didn't, yeah, somehow because of their actions and the way that they were projecting it onto you, or like making you feel in some way, then you started to kind of pick up on this. So once this finally pops off, or if it already has, or um, the more that it progresses and reveals itself, it's like you're not going to be like shocked or blindsided or feel like this is just coming out of nowhere. It's like you were starting to pick up on the fact that maybe this person wasn't fully trustworthy in some way, or they just didn't like value you in the relationship in the way that they should have. um just something like not genuine or kind of off about them. You could kind of sense it for a minute now. um yeah, we have the Seven of Air, and then this card already like flipped out, my Four of Wands in reverse, which is like spiritual battle, ego, competition. So um yeah, this person could just be very like greedy and selfish and like more money oriented. But if they're not specifically, they could just be, it's like they really just think about themselves or consider themselves first. So they do all these very sneaky things behind other people's backs. So to where it's like you never really knew the full picture, the full story, the full, you know, exactly what they were had going on, or like exactly how much they were making, or exactly like if it's a job, you never knew, like there was just so much they didn't tell you or that they hid or they were kind of shady about, that you started to be like, where is the money coming from, or like what's like happening behind the scenes, or um say it's like a relationship, it's like they would like hide certain transactions or like hide certain things that they were doing, or they would just be shady in certain ways, like they would just keep certain things to themselves, and then you would be like, huh, are you still like invested like in other ways, or it's like they would keep certain things maybe from you, but then go and tell like other people in order to create drama. It's like knowing it would like come back to you or like get to you, and then they would like maybe be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, like and it's like it worked for a while, and you couldn't really see what was going on, or like you didn't catch on to their game for a while, but then eventually you started to be like, wait a minute, it's like they're like telling me one thing and telling someone else another, or like telling me one thing and then doing something else and thinking that I'm not going to like pick up on it, or there's some sort of energy to where it's like keeping, like maybe you felt betrayed in some way because they kept certain things from you, but then they shared it with like others that they were invested in. So then you started to realize they had like some sort of ulterior motive or agenda to kind of like take advantage of you. And then almost like give to someone else, but it's not to like benefit or better them. It's because that other person has something that could then benefit them as well. It's like everything is just for their own benefit or for whatever like help boost them the most, or like puts them in like the best position to have like a certain type of like status. So there's like this opportunist type of energy, to where they would kind of like throw anyone under the bus in order to take the next best thing that is coming, or the next best thing that's like in front of them. So it's not like personal. But they could do certain things to kind of like disempower others, or just like kind of devalue them. So it's like if they know that that would bother you or hurt you specifically, then they would be like withholding or keep certain things from you, and then specifically go um, to someone that they know would like really hurt you or make you jealous or something, and then like give to them in a certain type of way. But again, it's like they don't actually care about that other person, or um, yeah, it's just, it's not like an emotional or sentimental value to them. It's more of like there's some sort of gain, is like monetary or status or power wise, like they could get something out of that in order to elevate themselves or make themselves look a certain type of way. um it's like they somehow gain out of getting you in this really like jealous energy, or getting you really reactive, getting you kind of like out of character. um yeah, just getting you really like worked up and hot and just like rage with jealous, or to where it's like all you can see is like how successful they are, and you don't see like what's really going on behind the scenes. So again, yeah, like if it's a job, they're not telling you exactly all of the dynamics of like how everything is done. um you could have to like kind of compete against other people in the company in order to like be successful or to like get ahead or something. And then you're starting to realize that your boss is like purposely pitting people against each other, or purposely putting you or like others in a position of lack, in order to get these like kind of money hungry like workers who will like do anything for like a bonus, or this it will people who will do anything for monetary gain in order to like get ahead, or anything for this promise or this idea that it will lead to like success or stability in the long term. So it's like all these people kind of like cutthroat, like competing with each other, or like throwing each other under the bus, or like doing these really shady things in order to like get ahead with this promise that it's going to offer them some sort of long term like stability, when in reality it's like um, whoever is in control or in charge is like just like playing or pitting everyone against each other for their own gain, and they're never actually going to follow through to offer like all of the like players involved this like long-term stability that they're promising. And so you in particular like kind of started to open your eyes here, or see through this and see uh like what's going on. Yeah, that this is like they're just creating kind of like chaos everywhere, and it's not actually going to lead to anywhere like healthy or successful for everyone involved. It's like actually just going to benefit whoever's like in charge or in control of the situation. Whoever has the power is like the only one that's actually going to be making money or something. But yeah, if it's a relationship, there's this energy of like wanting to have control over you, or the like control over the direction that you go in by um, getting you really jealous here, and then like getting you really like enraged and out of character, and like um, kind of like fighting their battles for them, or feeling like you need to compete with others in order to like keep them. And then that will like distract you from what they're doing, or like the fact that they're not ever actually going to like turn around and offer you that like stability or that long-term commitment, that higher level commitment that you deserve. It's like they're just flashing something in front of your face, or flashing some sort of lifestyle, just kind of like misleading you into thinking that if you like invest in them, or you make sacrifices for them, that it's going to lead you to what you want or get you to what you want. But it's like you're starting to see through this them, or see that they just like having control over the people around them, or like a lot of different people or something. So we have the Knight of Air, or the Knight of Water. I always say air, the Knight of Water. So the Knight of Cups, um, water and air in reverse. So yeah, it's like not genuine. They don't um it's like they don't actually, this person doesn't have like emotions. Um And then I have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying. So we have like wealth, fatigue, and longevity are some keywords here. So with this card, it's like kind of clarifying that it's like the way that you are giving to the situation or investing into the situation is going to experience burnout, or it's like you're going to get really tired. Is this type of dynamic here is not able to sustain itself in the long run. um, Eventually you wake up and realize that it's like the person that you're with, or the person that you're working for, or whatever the situation is, it's like whatever you're doing this for, whoever's like controlling the situation or influencing you or others here is just really money hungry, and just driven to just kind of like collect a lot of wealth for themselves, and this actually isn't going to like give back to you in a way where you can take care of yourself and then sustain yourself in the long run, or continue to like show up this way or like give in this way. Because again, like if you're not if it doesn't ever actually then give back to you in the way that you need, then it's literally just like taking from you and depleting your energy or dragging you down, and you're going to get really burned out really quick. Or yeah, it's like you're not ever going to be getting back um, what you're putting in, or like what you deserve. You're never going to get that um, stability or that foundation like in return. So or you're like, yeah, you're never going to get like paid, like the profit's not going to come back to the people that are being kind of played or used in the situation. So you won't be able to like sustain yourself or take care of yourself in the long run. It's like not going to work out. You'll realize that the way the wealth was flaunted, or like the way something was presented, was misleading, or it's like quick cash is like not sustainable, or um, this other person was only so successful because they were able to like take advantage of the people around them. And once the truth or something gets revealed or something comes out about them, it's like that no longer works out. Once people see like their true nature, their true intentions, the fact that it's like not coming from a genuine place here, um yeah, it's like too good to be true, and there's no follow through. um so yeah, once people kind of like see through this, or see deeper the other side of something, what's really going on, or people start to realize they're being like pitted against each other in order for someone else's benefit or gain, or yeah, people just realize like they're never going to get what they deserve, or this whatever this is never going to like give back in the way that it's promising right now, or it's presenting itself right now. It's like being misleading in some way. And so um this could cause like people to pull out of the situation. Just getting this energy of like, once you start to feel burnt out and realize you're not getting back what you need, um it's like over the long term, then you start to see, this person's true nature, or where they're truly coming from within their intentions here. They don't actually have intentions to like take care of you emotionally or give back to you. They're not thinking about um, like how you're going to be able to take care of yourself, or how you also need to like take care of yourself in some way. It's like all about having like the power, control in the situation, or over others for this other person or situation. Nature of the mystic, wisdom. You have the knowledge and ability to embody the mystical aspects of who you are. Take the enlightened path offered to instill leadership, teaching, and mystical qualities. The moon, mystery. The answer cannot be known at this time. Let go of any fear and illusions surrounding you or the situation. Just as the moon has phases, this also needs to cycle through to bring answers in time. We have a stone at the bottom. Ooh, and library. So there could be um, some sort of wisdom for you in nature, or you could like need to literally just like learn more about the situation, or research more about the situation in order to like know more, or get some sort of answers. Um, So with the stone, it says find your balance. And with the library, it says read. So yeah, a really good way to bring a balance back into the situation is like one, going out into nature, and then two, um, you could, like, I'm just hearing like you needing to do your research or kind of look things up, look into things, because it's like there's so much that you can't know about the situation, but that could be because someone here, whoever's kind of like in charge or whoever's connected to you in this situation is like purposefully hid certain things or like not revealed certain things. So that's what's led to this more, mysterious and confusing energy here. Um, so yeah, there's this energy where it's like you need to actually um, take the time to like go in and kind of do your research or the dig deeper, look into something more, like read into something more and see exactly like what's on the other side, like what this other person has had everyone so afraid to like look into or to see. Those could help to like reveal things. So we have emotional release, bottom, ooh, and growth. That makes a lot of sense. So I'll read both of those for you. We all want to be strong. As humans, we value strength and independence. But also, as humans, we need the support of our family, our friends, our tribe. Trying so hard to be strong, pushing down emotions such as fear, anger, betrayal, sadness, only forces them to grow and become stronger. The bubbling up and release that eventually comes takes everyone involved by surprise and sometimes does harm in terms of hurt feelings and words that cannot be taken back. Get into the practice of voicing your feelings, even if it's just acknowledging them to yourself. Journal, create, dance. Find a way that you can safely feel your most feared emotions. Feel them and let them go. This is a potentially deep healing for you. This is a situation or time This situation or time is one of rapid growth. The seeds that have been planted have germinated and taken root. Go with the flow of this growing time. You may find people and situations falling away from your life as now they do not serve who and what you are now becoming. It may be that your vibration no longer resonates with theirs. It's okay. Wish them well. Be grateful for what they have brought to you and for you to them, and send them on their way. Room has now been made for new experiences, people, and situations to help you to your next level. If you're not feeling this shift right now, be prepared because it will soon come to pass. Yeah, that's really fitting because I was definitely picking up on, yeah, some of it that I was picking up on here is like future energies, or stuff that's like just about to happen. Um, but it's like again, there's this energy of it's not going to surprise you. It's not going to come um, as any surprise here because there's been things that have kind of come up over time or in the recent past to be like red flags or warning signs or enough to make you kind of sit there and be like, huh, or second guess things or question things and think like this person is potentially not who they say they are. This person is potentially the one actually kind of creating all of the chaos that they seem to come in and like clean up, or they seem to be like at the center of. Yeah, through it's because like we were picking up on that energy of them kind of like projecting stuff onto you at certain points. And so, yeah, you've had like just certain like weird, odd conversations with them that have left you with like a weird feeling, or just it's like they almost kind of like started to take things like a little bit too far. It's like before they were able to like shift stuff onto you or like project stuff onto you to where you like just stayed really loyal to them, or like always continued to give to them, or like fight their battles, or continue to like compete for some sort of spot with them or place with them. But now they almost like started to like take things too far, and it would like leave you with this weird feeling of like, wait, has this person been kind of like playing me? Is this what I thought that it's been? Or it's like you start to realize like maybe I'm not seeing this in like an accurate light. Maybe I'm not seeing this person or this situation in an accurate light, or I'm just not seeing the whole complete picture. There's like more behind the scenes. You start to realize like their true intentions, or their true motives, where they're really coming from. Very like money hungry, money driven, success driven, self interest driven, like looking out for themselves, trying to get ahead for themselves, like by benefiting off of others, or like using others to like do their dirty work, in order to make it easy for them to like smoothly or successfully just like move forward. So when they like do move forward or pursue someone or go towards the next situation, it's like doesn't come from a genuine place. Yeah, it's like coming from a place of like to like take advantage of that person, or to get um in order to like gain. It's like to come in and mislead them or present them with something that's completely unrealistic, or like doesn't exist, or is never they never intend on actually following through with, um, in order to gain or get something that they need out of that situation in order to benefit themselves. And then they like move forward and do it to the next person again. And then they somehow are able to like shift everything off, or like project everything onto that other person and make it look like that person like self-sabotaged, or that person like messed it up for themselves, and that's the reason why they weren't able to be successful or to like move forward, with them, right? It was their own fault, whenever in reality like the offer, presentation, whatever they were presenting them or saying they were going to give to them, it's like it either didn't exist, or it's unrealistic, or they, like I said, they never even had intentions of actually following through with that, or giving back to that person, offering them that commitment, that job, that stability, like giving back to them, paying them what they deserve, etc. um it was, yeah, it's like they only like pursue things in order that they see will like help build their status, or like help them gain in some way. So that, yeah, there's like this opportunist energy, or they see people through this lens of like, how can this benefit me, or like what can this do for me, or like where can this take me, like how will this make me look to be associated with this person, or to have this like associated with me. But yeah, there's still something here to where it's like there's more. Your intuition has been pretty correct, or has started to pick up on a lot of stuff. But there's like more here. There's more to the story. There's more to know. There's more behind the scenes. It's like you need to like actually go and like research something, and kind of like figure something out, so that you'll have some sort of like resources to like back you up. I'm hearing like, say this were to like go to mitigation, or like turn into like a legal thing for whatever reason, you need like the proof or the receipts of like how you were being taken advantage of, or like what is really going on behind the scenes with this situation, in order to like back yourself up, or to best protect yourself moving forward, or to be able to like get out of this or free yourself, because this person or situation has now put you in a position of lack, or like a position of like dependency, or like they have control over your ability to like move forward and just like take care of yourself or put yourself first. So you may need to actually do some sort of research and find like some sort of loophole to get out of a contract, or like um yeah, like do some sort of research in order to get like the proof or the validation that you need in order to like help yourself in some way or protect yourself moving forward, or to be able to like successfully win something or overcome something, or in order to successfully beat someone at something, you're going to have to like really do your research, like understand the law, or like understand the, you know, like all the facets of the business or the practice, or like how things work. Or it's like you really need to like submerge yourself into this world, not just like dip your toes in the water, but like actually start like getting into like the nitty gritty, like doing the research. There could be like in a movie, there's something interesting and mysterious at your local library, like in the like in the basement or whatever. But or what, like if it's like a company, there's like, you know, maybe like some library in the basement that has like all the history. Or like if it's a person, then they may have like the very information. If it's like a relationship, they may have like the very information that you need in order to have the proof that you need, just kind of like lying around somewhere in like a convenient place. If you just start like kind of going and doing your research in like obvious places, if they have like a desk or office or something, you could find or get like something that you need in order to have like the proof that you need in order to like see something that you need to be able to move forward. Or yeah, it could come down to like a legal thing. So it's like you need to like actually be able to like protect yourself. So yeah, or it could just be like researching more into something, researching into like the laws or how a company works or how something works, or business practices, like your rights. Yeah, if you're trying to get out of something, out of a contract, out of a business, out of a company, out of like a relationship or a marriage, even, like you could be researching like your rights. If the other person kind of controls the finances or controls like a lot of your life, and so then it's hard for you to be able to like move forward, then it's like the best tool you can start with is like doing your research and digging into what resources you do have available to you, what you can do, like what your rights are, like I said. Yeah, knowledge is power, to like know the best way to like go about something or to approach something, to know how to be able to then move forward or proceed from there, or start to like see a way out or a way forward, start to like guide yourself through like the knowledge that you learn, because there's, yeah, more to know or like more to be seen regarding the situation here. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. I really, really appreciate it. If you would like a more personal reading, you can click the link in my description. And I hope you have a really great day. Thank you.